Hello again, I'm Robert Fithen, and in this video I want to do something a little bit different for Record Store Black Friday 2023. Instead of showing you a huge haul of records that I got, which by the way, I only got one, I wanted to show you records that people didn't buy. And this is courtesy of Riverbend Records, so if you're in the St. Louis area and you want any of these records that came out yesterday for Record Store Day, Black Friday, they probably still have them, so you can go actually buy them. But just kind of a note here that, you know, different stores get different inventories of records for Record Store Day. Obviously, this all depends on how many of a certain title, you know, if what's left over. But I thought it'd be cool just to kind of show you what was left in the store, what people did not buy for Record Store Day, Black Friday 2023 this year. What some people passed up on. We start off with country sensation Dierks Bentley. Looks like some people took a pass on good old Dierks. What were they thinking? To quote Dierks Bentley, Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band. What happened? It's not Trout Mask replica, so it doesn't have the big legendary status of that. So people took a pass on that. Cypress Hill Black Sunday remixes. There's a couple of those left, probably because it's remixes of the original that would have flown out the door. Death, the death metal band with individual thought patterns, a couple releases of that left. I'm not really sure what that sounds like. Digital Underground and their third album is still in the store. I didn't even know they had a third album, and no, it does not have Do What You Like or the Humpty Dance on it as the classic Sex Packets does. It doesn't even have Freaks of the Industry. Yo, we're the freaks of the industry. And if you came with us, be prepared to G. Say you're G'ing, and nobody else is seeing. G'ing used to be a thing. I think the term of G probably has changed over the years. It also doesn't have Hip Hop Doll. Gil Evans? What? A jazz record left? I'm shocked. That's a limited mono edition. Fraternity Second Chance. Not sure what that is. The Goo Goo Dolls. An early one from them on red and clear cloudy effect vinyl. Pure, raw punk. That's their first studio album, because that's how the Goo Goo Dolls started off. They were like a hard rock band. Can you believe this? The Goo Goo Dolls were on Metal Blade Records, like the label Metal Blade. Before that, this was years before Black Balloon and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they kind of changed their sound. Ahmad Jamal, Emerald City Nights. I think that's jazz piano or something. That's still here. Judgment Night, the soundtrack. This is where I remember this coming out in college. This is where the alternative rock bands like Helmet, Sonic Youth, some of the harder rock bands like Biohazard, they all teamed up with rap groups like Cypress Hill and De La Soul, and Sir Mix-a-Lot was on there. Slayer with Ice-T. I bet the big single was Helmet and House of Pain. And Just Another Victim, Kid. Jerry Lee Lewis, The Killer at the Palomino Club. There's still one of those left, the first ever deluxe vinyl of that. There's a few of these. I think that's Lil Wayne, maybe. That's who that is, right? He is music, according to his eyebrow. You can still get that, though. It has a parental advisory on there because people still pay attention to that. Oh, my God, Limp Bizkit. Here's the reason there's still Limp Bizkit left, because it's 2001 Limp Bizkit, and it's 2023 that we're looking at this. So there's two reasons that the Limp Bizkit is still in the store on yellow and blue marble vinyl. Live at the whatever club. Little Feat, live at the Manchester Free Trade Hall in Manchester, UK. That would be England. And that is the album that I got this year for Record Store Day from Little Feat. It's a triple album set, not a gatefold though, all three records in one sleeve. Recorded, as I said, in July of 1977. So it's very similar to this album. Waiting for Columbus, and this was recorded at the very beginning of August, so just about a week later. This is a much more polished sounding live album. Also, this has 16 tracks on it. This has 20, so this feels to me like it's probably the full concert, unabridged, in order. The songs on here are shuffled around. They used to do that with live albums in the 70s. Polish them up, remix them, add little things to them, change around the track listing. So if this is like the classic Little Feat live album, but this is how the concert most likely actually sounded. And since there's 20 tracks on here, you get 4 tracks that aren't on Waiting for Columbus, like Walking All Night, which is one of my favorite Little Feat songs. It's not on there. They also do, what was the other one? Red Streamliner is not on there. Day at the Dog Races is not on there, and neither is Skin It Back. So those are all on here. The full concert. This sounds a little more raw. This sounds, it sounds great. It's obviously recorded for release at one point. You know, they just didn't use this night for the Waiting for Columbus, but this is obviously a soundboard recording, so it sounds stellar. They're a little more kind of, I don't know, kind of sloppy on this concert. They're not, you know, the tight Little Feat. I would love to hear and have a Little Feat concert from like 1974 or something like that. But this is 77, so they're a little looser on that. I guess sloppy is the wrong word. They're just a little looser on this. But yeah, this is the concert probably the way it was intended to be heard. This is more of the polished, typical 70s live album sound. When I found out that this was basically the week before this was recorded, I almost didn't get this. That's why in my one video, I'm like, yeah, there's not really a lot that I'm interested in. But then I heard this, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely have to get this Little Feat album. I was also going to get the Bottle Rockets, too. Their debut is finally on vinyl, but I have it on CD. And the Bottle Rockets are huge in this area. They're from around here. And but yeah, I went ahead and passed on that. But yeah, the one record I got this year was from Little Feat and their big triple album concert. But back to the stuff that people didn't buy, and back to the jazz with Charles Mingus. How do you not buy a Charles Mingus album? Where are you at, jazz fans? What's up? Here's, what is that? Post Malone. I'm surprised that's still there. Margot Price. Schoolie D. There's a couple of those left. I don't know what that is. Skid Row, yes, the B-sides. I'm so happy to see that people just decided not to get some Skid Row. I can't, Skid Row, come on. Yeah, sorry, I was just never a really big fan of Skid Row, Sebastian Bach in particular. But if you really love you some Skid Row and you love singing along to their obnoxious ballad, I Remember You, just know this, it's Love Letters in the Sand. I was at a high school reunion, not mine. That song's playing. Everybody's singing along, especially the ladies. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, like never seen the same. Sorry. It's not Seamless Ass. It's not I've Never Seen the Sense. It's Love Letters in the Sand. So now you know. Back to the records. I don't know what that is. Ice-T. Tantric. Tantric, that's the band that used to be Days of the New, and then the Days of the New lead singer was like, yeah, I'm done with this. And then just kind of they created a band based out of the band with a new lead singer. And that new lead singer, I don't remember his name, but I actually met him and back in the day when this was out, and he likes to party. He likes to party hardy, as it were. Limited edition orange vinyl of Written in Their Soul, the hits, the Stax songwriters. So it's the songwriters doing the songs that they wrote at Stax, and then whatever that is. And also this Soul Stabs Volume 3. I wanted to get Volume 1 when it came out because I thought it was all of these obscure old like soul, like Northern Soul singles. But it turns out that the Coal Mine label is new, and it's a lot of newer people that sound like old soul. So that's what it is, and that's Soul Slabs Volume 3 for this record store day. And there's one more left, and that is the CD long box reissue of Dr. Dre's The Chronic. And you are seeing this correctly. This is a CD long box that has been re-released. So yeah, will CD long boxes be the next thing to make a big comeback? We've already obviously brought back vinyl records in a huge way. Tried to bring back cassettes. I don't know how well that's worked. Taylor Swift is trying to bring back cassettes. And this is the one that a lot of people are actually buying. It's not a record store day release. It's just a Taylor Swift 1989 Taylor's version on cassette. But if anybody can sell a cassette tape, it's Taylor Swift. And so, yeah, that's what people passed on for record store day. Like I said, if you want any of these releases, there are probably a lot of them still at Riverbend Records if you're in the St. Louis area. If not, you can check them out on Riverbend Records on Discogs. And speaking of Taylor Swift, before I go, I want to leave you with my favorite moment at Riverbend Records from the big record store day that happened in April. Here it is. We still have one of the Taylors left. If somebody's still wanting one, Coco Taylor. We still have one. My favorite memory of the big April Record Store Day 2023. Once again, I'm Robert Fithen. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I'll talk to you again soon.